like this, the SLOSS board reception. Well, I'm going to call to order. I'm Carol Clark, Chair of the Cultural Arts Committee for the Birmingham City Council. We're going to call to order the first meeting. Let me get it right. It's the Arts and Culture Committee. The Council President, Darrell O'Quinn, saw fit to decouple the Parks and Rec and Cultural Arts Committee, separating Parks and Rec from Cultural Arts. And I have the honor of chairing the Arts and Culture Committee for the council. And the facilities or entities that we have purview or involvement with by statute are Arlington Antebellum Homes and Garden, the Birmingham Museum of Art, the Birmingham Civil Rights Institute, Sloss Furnace National Historic Landmark, Southern Museum of Flight, and Boutwell Auditorium. And so that is, in terms of our direct liaison responsibilities, those are the entities that we will be having a close relationship with as an Arts and Culture Committee. So let's just have a quick moment of reflection, of silent reflection. All right, and our first item of business is the Sloss National Historic Site Board recommendations. Brandon, if you want to come up and present your board slate.
Thank you so much for having us here today. Councilwoman Clark, Councilwoman Tate, pleasure to. Now I can speak. Yeah, there we go. It brings me great pleasure to bring forth today an esteemed contingent of potential new board members for the Sloss Furnaces National Historic Landmark Board. Per our bylaws, we bring forth the following slate of new members for consideration by this committee, and hopefully, if you see fit, by the entire City Council, to authorize their participation with the National Historic Landmark Board. As background, the Sloss Furnaces National Historic Landmark Board is a board under the peer review of the City of Birmingham. We provide management oversight and operational oversight and serve as liaisons to the City of Birmingham on all matters pertinent to the site. We do not have, as a board, any fiduciary or financial authority on the board. We serve only to make recommendations to the City of Birmingham. The slate of new members, per our governance committee's recommendations and a vote preliminarily by our board, includes Jane Reed Ross, who's a senior landscape architect at Goodwin Mills in Kaywood. Megan Holland, who's a director of public relations for the Housing Authority of the Birmingham District. We have Ralph Karp, who's a principal at REC Consulting, and Carol McElhenney, regional vice president of operations for Hudson, who operates almost all of the innards of the airport here in Birmingham. We have a committee structure. We operate via a committee structure on the National Historic Landmark Board's operations, and that includes the Strategic Planning Committee, which Jane Reed Ross has expressed interest in serving on. The Membership Committee, Megan Holland has expressed interest on. The Preservation Committee, which Ralph Karp has incredible experience and will bring to that committee. And the Governance Committee, which Carol McElhenney has agreed to provide her expertise and experience. And so I'm open to any questions that you all may have about this slate and about our operations, and look forward to entertaining any questions that you might have.
Thank you, Brandon. Councilor Tate, do you have any questions?
No questions, just fine group of people. had an opportunity to read over all their information and find a group of individuals to serve on the board.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Tate. I agree. You have recruited, your board has recruited a great slate of new members. Just a couple of questions, and I love the way you put them to work right off the bat. It's like, hey, you know your committee before you even know if you're going to be voted on. Love that. So I know we'll clarify this to be on the full council agenda next Tuesday, but just because I don't have it before me, can you just remind me how many board members you have total on the Landmark Board? And are any of these renewals, or are they all first-time appointments, and how long the term is? We have all that in the clerk's office,
we
but
do.
I don't have it in
Yeah,
front of me.
I'll articulate it. Per our bylaws, our board can have a membership number of anywhere between 14 to 24. This slate brings us to 18 members. None of these are renewals. These are all new members. We've had a few members whose time have lapsed. And so two of these, it was only two of them who lapsed and did not renew. Well, obviously they lapsed and they didn't renew, obviously, but this new board replaces those two and then adds additional two to bring our number to 18.
Okay, so you had a couple of expired terms who are being replaced, and then two new
That's correct.
appointees. Okay.
That's correct.
And I know some of your board had been around for a really long time, and maybe you all had never seen them or something. Is that correct? Am I remembering correctly? I don't.
You remember some correctly. We have had members who were approved by the city council who have served for an inordinate amount of time. We have worked with the city of Birmingham's legal department to ensure that all of our operations are in line with our bylaws, which is why I was able to sort of call these things out at the top of my mind. And so with this new season of new members and then others retiring or not being renewed, this brings us a great opportunity to start putting into action all of the recommended steps from the legal department in order to perform really in close alignment with our bylaws.
Outstanding. Yeah, and typically people serve until their successor is appointed, so that can be a life.
That's right.
A life term. But in the normal course, what is a term of office for a board member?
Yeah, 2 years.
2 years. Okay.
2 years, and we also have retiring terms in succession. So one of the terms retires in September and another in June. So that way we have staggering retirement. So there will be other board positions retiring in this June, and we'll make a decision at the board whether or not we want to replace them and go through this process again.
Okay. Well, excellent. Well, I will, before we dispose of this item, I just wanted to ask, are there any updates you'd like to bring to us just about things going on at SLOSS or any other little news?
I am always eager to speak about SLOSS furnaces. There are a few projects that we are looking out to executing in our near future. One of them includes strategic planning or master planning at the site, which is when you start looking at the slate of prospective members, it'd be great to have some of their expertise in that. We're looking at ways to maximize all 32 acres of SLOSS furnaces. We also want to continue to make investments in our operations with our executive director, David Arias, looking to provide him with the support needed to work with our foundation, which has independent and financial authority to scale the staff needs so that there can be a robust operation, continue to be robust operation at SLOSS furnaces, and extensive site cleanup and preservation. One of our biggest mandates is preservation, and it is our responsibility to ensure that the site can be enjoyed for another 100 years. And to do that, we need to identify areas of where there's lack of safety, where there needs to be new painting, where there needs to be new welding. And we're undergoing that process right now of identifying all the areas of urgency and then putting together a plan in order to address those.
Well, thank you. I think you've got a great team of helpers lined up.
Thank you.
So with that, I would ask for a motion to approve the SLOSS slate recommendations for members.
I make a motion that we approve the slate that has been brought before this committee for approval.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
That item's approved.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you. I
So-
appreciate it.
We're going to move on to, we're going to postpone acting on the item regarding effective liaising with arts and culture organizations. We put it on here so that, to discuss with the board members, with the committee members, how we might divide and conquer our relationships with the 6 agencies that we have in our purview. So I will wait until Councilor Smitherman is available. So I'm going to request, can we get a motion to delay that item?
I make a motion that we delay this item to the next Arts and Culture Committee meeting.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, that item is delayed. So Carmen Mays is going to come up and just talk about 205 Day, which is a day of she'll tell us what it is. How about that?
So good afternoon, everyone. 205 Day is something I created almost 3 years ago. This is our 3rd annual celebration of 205 Day. And so obviously 205 is our area code, but on the calendar it is February 5th. So every February the 5th, we take an opportunity to celebrate Birmingham, and not just for people outside of Birmingham, because we do a very good job of telling people outside of Birmingham about Birmingham, but for people in Birmingham to learn more about what's actually available here. It's particularly something Megan reminded me as a native person. She's like, these things are particularly important for people who are not native to Birmingham and don't have a long history of going to church with folks and growing up in school with folks. It's a great way for them to feel included and become a part of our fabric. So today we're celebrating at Continental Drift, which is a local cocktail bar. For those of you who are from Birmingham, it's in the old Berthans Cleaners, but it is on 7th Avenue South and 22nd Street. Council President Darrell O'Quinn will be giving remarks, and we'll be starting a new tradition today with Birmingham's inaugural poet laureate, Salam Green. She has crafted a toast, a new poem, a work that she will deliver today, and that is what we will say going forward for every 205 Day. So no matter where you are, if you're here in Birmingham, if you're out of the country, or even on the International Space Station, you get to celebrate and be connected through this toast and this poem that she's going to perform. We're going to have music by the DJs, The Kickback. We'll be celebrating. We had some Birminghamians win Grammys last night. Luke Crowder as well as Raphael, also known as Audio Anthem. They both won Grammys last night, and they're both from right here in Birmingham. So we're looking forward to celebrating. We have swag bags, so thanks to the different organizations that have contributed to that. The food truck will be on site, and the drinks will be flowing of whatever variety, spirited or non-spirited, which is why we chose that bar, because they're very inclusive, irrespective of how you like to celebrate.
Can you tell us about the entity that's putting it on? It's your other identity.
Yes, one of the many jobs that I have to help pay off my student loans. So I have a company called Elevators. We believe that community engagement is a business intelligence tool. So we create programs that are non-extractive, that give businesses and organizations that hire us the insights that they're looking for. but also create value for residents so they don't feel taken advantage of. So that is our niche. That's what we do. And 205 Day is one of the things that we created to help facilitate that so corporate community members can really engage and interact with regular everyday folks who are still either trying to figure out their way in Birmingham or get to know Birmingham again.
Okay, what time is the event?
The event is at 6 p.m. tonight. Program starts at 6:30. And after that's over, hopefully about 7 o'clock, it's just music, good time, food, and networking.
Excellent. Thank you for always thinking about ways to instill that pride in Birmingham. I know there were a couple of events that I participated in last year for 205 Day. I was really impressed and glad to see it continue.
Thank you.
Anything?
Carmen, I'm very proud of you and your third annual 205. I am definitely going to try to peek my head in, but thank you for your creative skill set to want to engage, those that are new to the city, those that want to learn, what is going on here. It just goes to show the world that we have some rich history here. After seeing, the two guys that won Grammys on last night. And so, it's a lot of rich history here. It's a lot of people, stars are made here. So, and then I like the piece where you said, community engagement, like really trying to get people involved and engaged in community and embrace, our young people, the young generation. So again, congratulations on your 205 Day. Proud of you.
Thank you. Happy 205 Day, everybody.
I think the fourth one's going to be at Sloss. But with that, we have no other business to come before this committee today. So thanks, everyone. We are adjourned. Oh, make a motion.
Make a
Can I get
motion to adjourn.
Thank you. Second. We're done.
All in favor? Aye.